everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I'm so happy to be back this week with a new painting video. This week's video is of a scene in Vicenza, Italy, where I've been living for the past few months. I took some time off from posting videos while I was living abroad. I had such an amazing time living in Italy, and I gained so much inspiration for my artwork and my architectural work. Throughout my time there, I was based in a small town called Vicenza, which is in northern Italy's Veneto region. It's about halfway between Verona and Venice. This painting is the scene I would see walking home every day from school. I was living in the central portion of the city, so everything was in walking distance, which was really nice. In this scene, a small river called the Bacchiglione is surrounded by greenery and traditional Italian apartments. I sketched this site several times throughout my time living in Vicenza, so I wanted to complete a more refined gouache piece of it. I also hope someday to do this in a much larger oil painting. For this piece, I worked with Miya Himi gouache on Canson watercolor paper. I began with a painted sketch that I used as my base for color blocking. I find that a painted base makes it easier to cover with color as I continue working on the piece than sketching in pencil. Once I had color blocked the main tones of the piece, I began to add in smaller details using a finer brush. Because gouache dries so fast, it is more of a layering process to achieve different colors than in slow drying mediums where you can blend the colors directly on the paper. To lighten something over a darker gouache tone, like if you're trying to add in plants or a lighter building, you will really need to thicken your paint with minimal water to cover the dark. Throughout this piece, I was constantly layering new colors and tones to achieve a more accurate representation of the vibrancy of the scene and the town of Vicenza. This piece was painted in very early spring, so the greenery is just starting to come back. The flowers at the forefront were actually just planted in early April, which was a few weeks before I painted this. The trees on the left are lush and green, while the trees in the distance are still bare from winter. In the distance, which you'll see later on in this video, is the Basilica Pallidiana with the oxidized copper green roof. This basilica is located at the very heart of town on the Piazza dei Signori, and it's one of the most iconic spots in Vicenza. Throughout most points in the center of the city, the top of the basilica can be seen. In this scene, I like that the green roof and the tower create an interesting perspectival focal point for the piece. As this building is incredibly vital to the culture of the city, I purposely chose this scene from a place on the bridge over the river where it could be viewed and incorporated into my painting. Before I end this video, I just want to thank everyone so much for 3,000 subscribers. I'm so shocked, but happy that I was able to reach this goal. I never imagined that I could get 100 people to watch my content, let alone 3,000 of you. Thank you so much again for following along with my art journey. I'm so happy to be back making content for you all. I will hopefully see you all in the next video really soon.